Hello, yeah, you are welcome to Donval Versatile YouTube channel. You are welcome to my Telegram general group, and you are also welcome to my payment agent group, and you are also as well welcome to my WhatsApp premium group where I mentor persons. So in this video, I want to show us, because I've received so many requests that I should do a video on how to spot a trend, how to identify a trend, because in this market, in this trading industry, we always use this word that you should make trend your friend. Yes, because this market, any trading industry has to do with trend. Do you understand? And of course, we have three types of trend. Number one, we have the uptrend. I said we have what? The uptrend, we have the downtrend, and we have the ranging market. So uptrend is when the market is moving up. Let us go to chart. Like here is total downtrend. Let me show you uptrend. Here now, do you see here? So this place, if you watch the movement of charts, you see that everything went up, right? So until it get to the top, it's still an uptrend. You see, the whole chart move up from here. Do you see? So the arrow is pointing up. So but if you look here, let us see a downtrend view. If you look here, just see here, you see that the arrow, everything here went down, isn't it? So this one is a downtrend. This one is a downtrend. The market was down there, but the other side, though it started a long while, it started since I said these people should hold on funding. It started all the way from far. You see, from here the chart was pointing what? Down. And even though it's still down, even up to this moment, let me fund the person. I'll be back. Remember, I told you I'm a payment agent. You can fund or withdraw through me, but let me attend to this person, then I'll get back to you. I will start. So sorry, I'm back. So now, if you see this current trend here, under 1 hour time frame, is an uptrend market. So what we call uptrend is because the whole chart, the way the chart lined up, because it was previously down. This chart moved from downtrend all the way from here. Let me go back. All the way from here, it becomes down trend to this place. It now turn and move what? Uptrend. Market is always move on a V pattern. So after moving uptrend now, so what will happen? It will now take another trend, downtrend. If it moves, that is how the market move. Up, down, up, down, up, down at all time. But currently, this one is what? Uptrend. It's an uptrend market, which is about converging down. And how do you check? What is the proper, as in the most effective time frame to check? Remember, I'm just checking this one under 1 hour, under 1 hour time frame, right? So let us go to 4 hours. If we go to H4 now, you see, is look at, is this market was downtrend all the way from far, to this place. Okay, now it takes a kind of reversal. It's about going uptrend, but there is a zone it just broke now, which I've traded since morning, because the market take off from here, from down here, and move up and get to this. Yes, that is another thing. Okay, let me just forget the other side. Then it is now moving up. It broke this. There is a zone here. It broke this zone, retest. Is about to moving up any moment from now, because it just break this zone now. There is a resistance zone here. It has just broken and retest. So we are watching it to move, take a very high move after confirmation. Do you understand? So it is just retest, but there is no much confirmation now to move. So you wait. So this is an what? Uptrend. This move that make here is what? Uptrend. For this one that pointed down from here down here is a downtrend what? Move in H4 time frame. Let us see what will happen in a D1. D1 is 1 day. Do you see? It has been in a downtrend over time. It has been in a downward trend over time. Now the market got here and is about moving uptrend. but there is a zone, here, which we call what, resistance zone, that is pushing the market downward, that does not allow it to cross this level and continue up. Do you understand? So there is a zone here. It's until this market break the zone, that is when it will do what, move uptrend with high momentum. It's after breaking and retesting of this zone, that is when it will move. So it's still on a downtrend that is about moving. It's a downtrend here, but it's about moving what, uptrend. That is if it will be possible, because it just formed a new what, high here. So it can decide to go down from there, or to break this one and continue what, uptrend. You get that now? But by the nature of this candle, it has more capacity to drop a bit before continuing, because that is a doji candle there. This is a doji candle. For now, it has not closed yet. So that is how to understand the trend. When you see a particular chart, you see here is an uptrend. Shit, I just changed the time frame. Let us identify them. Here is what, an uptrend. Let us be using it. This one is what, uptrend. Do you see? Because the chart lines up. You know, the chart, this chart is an ascending order, right? It's an ascending order. It move progressively up. And how do you know when the market is uptrend? It is in uptrend when it is forming what, higher highs. How do you mean? This is a high. Here is a high, though small high. Let me be doing it. Here is a high, right? The other place is returning now, is also a high. Here is another high. So it's forming what, higher highs. When the market is in uptrend, it will forming higher highs. So if you want to spot this trend now, if you want to spot it, you see how we mark our thing, right? If you want to spot it, what you do, you just go to your tools and then go to trend line. This let me show you trend line. This is trend line. These people are saying you should stop this thing. I don't want this video to be too many. We'll be taking this small because it's not a journey. Look at trend line. You use it. You just click on it, it will appear. If I use it to collect these 2 points where this market form highs, we project it out at the peak of those highs. That is where you connect what, your trend line. This is another high down there, which that I have not. Let me mark it out. This is another high here. Do you understand? So it will form higher highs progressively up, and if you watch the highs, the whole thing projected uptrend. So we call this one what, uptrend market. It's an what, uptrend market. These people. So drawing support or resistance or spotting a trend. Do you see that this line I just passed diagonally collected the 3 points where the market touched the box? Let me reduce it so that you can be able to see it well. Just watch out. You see, this our spotting collected the 3 box where the market formed what, highs. Where the market formed what, highs, right? So it's an uptrend here. So if you look here now, this one is a downtrend. This one, this current here, let me remove this one. So where the markets form lower lows, this one is what, is a downtrend. And it's a downtrend because it forms a series of what, lower lows. To form a series of lower lows. How do I mean? So in this trend now, this particular trend now, you find out that this one, you see, this thing, this box is lower than this one, right? Lower low, lower highs. So this point touched here, it touched here, it touched here from the first time, Look at the first point touched. Is here. It's touched here. In a descending manner. In what? A descending manner. The one of uptrend is in what? Ascending manner. So this one also touched here. And what? Price moved down. It touched here. Price what? Moved down. So it's moving what? Downtrend. It's a downtrend move. Do you see? Even if you look the chart pattern, you see that everything went down. But this side, everything moved up, right? So this one is uptrend. This one is a downtrend. So this one is a partial uptrend with some form of ranging. This one is a downtrend. You see, this one is a downtrend. Why? Because the whole chart point moved what? Down. It moves what? Down. Is a what? Downtrend. This one is a what? Uptrend. Do you see this chart? It's what? Uptrend. Everything, the whole formation is what? Up. Do you understand? This one, the whole formation is what? Down. And is what? Downtrend. Is a what? Downtrend. Because the whole formation was what? Down. Do you see it now? So this is a downtrend based on the chart. I'm just showing you based on the chart. So this one is also a downtrend continuation. Do you understand? This one is what? Uptrend, because the whole chart started from here and move what? Up until after the breakout that happened. Everything was moved up from here. Are you there? So here is a downtrend. You can see everything moved down from there. Down. Everything is down. The chart, if you watch the chart pattern, is a downtrend move. Do you see it? So let us keep this downtrend of this one started here. It started all the way from what? From here and move. It started all the way from up there and move down and even collect with this one I just draw before. You see? Is a what? Downtrend. So this one is a what? Uptrend. This one is what? Uptrend chart. Let me take it again. This one is uptrend chart, right? Because everything has narrated up. Isn't it? So this one is a what? Downtrend. If you watch what I'm doing, you see that what market is move, it will move up, it will move down, and also what? Move up. It will move down and what? Move up. V, market move in a V shape, it will move up again. You see this one? This one moved up again, right? If you watch all this thing, it moved up again. Let me zoom it more. Do you see it? It's V, upward V, and downward V. If you check what I've been taking down, is V in shape. That's how markets move in V shape. You see this one? This one is a downward move, right? So it come here after some level of ranging. It ranged up, because ranging can be a downward range and upward range. This one ranged a bit up before it what? Comes down again, which is formed as a form of what? Downtrend. So that is it. The chart pattern, when the chart move in ascending order, it becomes an uptrend. When it move in descending order, this one is ascending, this one is descending. So when it move in descending order, is a downward. If it move in ascending order, is what I do? Is uptrend. Like currently, this is an ascending order. It's an ascending and is what? Uptrend. So this one is what? Uptrend, because it move what? In ascending order. Do you understand? So, and as it is moving what? Uptrend, that is to say our expectation or our concern should be more of buying than selling, because when the market is in uptrend mood, that is to say the buyers has more capacity in the market than the what? The sellers. Do you understand? The buyers has more capacity than the what? The sellers. And that is when we say the market is what? Is in uptrend move. But in a situation where the market is in descending order and the sellers And in that downward move, that is to say the sellers has more power than the buyers, and we say the market is what? Is in a downtrend move, which is what? Downtrend. And we also have a ranging market. Remember I told you have a three type of trend. Like here, there is an element of ranging here within this middle. It's ranging because the market is not actually up here and it's not actually down. It's just scattering one place. Do you understand? So that is to say there is a resistance force that does not allow this market range when there is a very good resistance force that does not allow the price of the market to go beyond above, or that does not allow the price of the market to go beyond below, and we call that situation a what? Ranging market. You see where the market break out the zones, because this is a support zone and this is a resistance zone. So but this thing break out, retest here. After all set of ranging, it will break out from here, boom, right? It will break out. What happened? It moves back and retests the zone again. It will retest the zone there and now take a high move, because when the market break and retest, it will gather momentum to move more. Do you understand? That's why you see this continuous drop without any form of bullish interference along the line. So within that middle, remember we want to, within this middle where price lack momentum to choose a direction, we call it ranging. You see how they are scattering within this middle. So this one is a ranging market. But here where it takes an action, where it breaks the boundary below, we call here, from here now, is a downtrend move. So the market got here and the power of sellers exhausted, then they hand over the market to buyers, and they, okay, this one is still continuing down until here. Do you understand? So here is ranging, while here is downtrend after breakout. Do you understand? So here is a downtrend. Do you see? Here is what? Uptrend. Do you see? Here is uptrend, still uptrend here, because it move on ascending. Here is a downtrend. You can see the whole chart is in a downside, right? Okay. So how do you spot this thing? I've shown you how to use the chart to know the trend pattern. Okay, so how do we spot it out? How do we spot it out? Let us go to the current market. Here is the current market. Let me delete this one I used to show you something. Here is what? The current market. Because even your number one duty when you open a chart is to identify the market trend. Identification of what? Market trend. Now we have seen that the market is in uptrend. So what do we do next? What we do next is to mark out our key levels, and you can mark out the key levels in different ways. But let me first of all talk about spotting the trend. How do you spot the trend? If you watch here, if you watch this trend now, this market that just moved up, you know this market is currently what? Uptrend, right? It's in uptrend move. It's in what? Uptrend move. So what do you do? What do we do? So how do you spot this uptrend market? How do you spot it? How do you spot it to make sure it's an uptrend? So what you do, you tap on your screen, go to your tools, get your trend line, find 2 or more points where that will touch your trend line. I just drop it. I carry this thing up, up, up. I carry it straight this way. So if you watch this my line now, you find out that this line touched this place, it touched this place, it touched this place. Do you understand? It has 3 touches. The price of the market has 3 what? Touch. Let me extend this one self. It has 3 what? Touch to my trend line. It's touched into 3 different what? Places. That is, let me show you with the arrow. Number one is here. This thing touched here. I hope you are seeing it. It touched here, right? That's number one zone. It's touched. So spotting or drawing this trend has to do with connection of two or more points. It's also touched here. I hope you are seeing it. It's touched. It's touched here, right? That's the second touch. It's also touched here currently. It's at our line. So how do you know? Where do you buy now? Because now you have identified the trend as uptrend market. Where then do you buy? Yes, you buy. You know this market touch here, right? Let us be taking it small. Then move up, come down here. You just come near the line you have just drawn. All right, because it has come near this line, you know, and it couldn't break this line below, and it couldn't break it. The market just move, come down here, and take another move. Because this thing is even near this thing with the confirmation. Do you understand? You know that the market will move up because it couldn't break the trend line downward. You know, that's why it takes this high move. Do you understand? So your point of buying, your point of entry should be as a buyer. As a buyer, your point of entry should be when price touch, move, return to that base again and touch, and you couldn't break it downward, you just go in for buy because it will move. You see this one touch, move, return here, touch again. This is your entry after confirmation. So how do you know? That is where these fractals work. You see these fractals. This fractals has crown. It crowns a candle down, it crowns a candle up, it crowns a candle up and down as well. Let me zoom this thing out small. So you see these fractals, this crown, this cap. Let me show you. You see this cap. Oh, stay one side now. You see this cap, we call it fractals. All this blue cap, we call it fractals. You see some candle like this one. This one crown this particular candle downward only. It crown this one, this candle down. That it crowns it up. It crowns this one down. It crowns this one what? Down. It crowns this one up. So this up and down crown indicates something. When a fractals crown a particular candle downward, what it means that there is a more upward force, there is a more upward momentum that will push the market up, down, downside. And when it crash or crown a particular candle upwards, that means, let us assume, because we can use this one to catch spike very well. If a candle spike, after spike, this is a crash market, and after a while you see the candle crowned, have an upper crown, the indication is that there must be another spike that will be taller than that previous spike. Why this spike, this second spike happened, is because of this crown here. Do you understand? So that is why it happened. So see them now. This is another point of buy. You buy when the price of the market returned to this thing and couldn't break it. You see, can you see there's a rejection here already? This thing is just rejecting. Do you see this candle? They have started rejecting up. The buyers, because buyers has momentum along this line, along this what? Support, and we call it support zone. It's a support line, even though it's a trend line. Do you understand? So it's a diagonal support zone. This one is a support, very strong one, because the market push up from here, then return to that line. You couldn't break it. We have a lower fractal confirmation that the trend is still up. We go in. That is certainly from this second candle. You move, you catch all these ones. This one gets to this zone because there is a resistance zone here. You see what we call resistance. Resistance is a zone where the price of the market cannot go beyond above. Do you see? So something happened here. There is an invisible force here. Why is these people disturbing my peace here? So there's an invisible force here that does not allow this market formally, previously. You know, when this market was moving all the way from here, get here, there is a force that pull it down from there. And we call that force, the force that pull it down from there. Let me show you something. From here, that pull it down from here down to this place. This force that does not allow this price to cross this boundary and go above. is what we call resistance force. They resist the move of the buyers from here. They push them down to the base, and their base is at this support zone. The base of the buyers are at support, the base of the sellers are what? At the resistance zone. And that is why this market return to the zone, from here to the zone, then take off again from the zone back to that resistance again, and those people said no again, which is the sellers, because the sellers owns the resistance while the buyers owns the support. So they return to the same zone again, and then the sellers say no and still push them back to the zone, near the zone. This one didn't touch, but there is a confirmation, because as they push them back, there is a confirmation that the market is going up by the virtue of what? The fractals and the candle. You see, there's all this candle here has lower wick rejection. There is a rejection from those candles, and with the confirmation of the fractals here, that is why the market takes another move up. Do you understand? And they break this zone. They break this particular zone that is not allowing them. They come here again. The sellers say no. Let me go to other time frame. The sellers say no, that they cannot cross, and now push them down back to the zone, which is the current market situation. They push them back again to the zone. This one just landed on the zone. So now, because it's on the zone, buyers will get ready, because since it has not go beyond, what you wait is for already we are seeing rejection from that candle. We are seeing rejection from this candle. Do you see how it's forming lower wick? Long lower wick is forming on this particular bearish candle. So the implication is that this market will go up again. It will return to the zone again for the second test. That is where it's going currently after confirmation. But we allow this particular candle to close. This particular candle that is rejecting now, allow it to close and know whether the next candle that will form whether it will form from the previous close and try to close up. So when it tries to close up as a bullish candle, you go in, because this price is either returning to here, or maybe within a while it will produce a spike that will go beyond here. But we know it's going up there. It's going up to retest this zone. So it's still an uptrend market. Do you see? So let us see. That's how to spot it. You collect 2 or more line. Let us see this one that is a downtrend, like here. This one that is a downtrend here before. Let me delete this. Okay, let me not even delete it. So this one was a downtrend. When this market was moving down, look at a high here. It form a high up there, come down here, form another high. Do you see? Let me draw it down. You know, it's a downtrend move. So what are the touching points? The touching point is here. This market touched here and moved down. Do you understand? It touched there and do what? Move down. As of then. Okay, this one was the upward. This is the way I want to punch. It's here. Sorry. I want to carry this thing. So it's come here and what? Touch. It also form a high there. Very big high. Up there. You see, I just connected the 2 points. You notice what happened. When the price hit this thing here, what happened? It hit this thing. What happened? It couldn't break it. It does what? It moved down up to this moment. Then come again, return to that 9, hit it again. It couldn't break it. What happened? It moved down again. It moved what? Down again up to this moment. And is what? A downtrend. So what you do is to spot a line. So if you are a seller, you'll be looking at, and this line that is resisting them, this line I draw now, this particular line I draw now that is resisting them, that they are not crossing. You know, they touch here and move down. They also touch here and move down. That means it's a diagonal resistant line where the price of the market is finding difficult to break up and move. Do you understand? So if you are a seller, you'll be looking at opportunity when the price, like when this one touch and return. So where you'll be targeting opportunities when the price of the market will return to that same line and couldn't break it, just like here. And what happened? It moved down because it couldn't break it, and it becomes a downtrend. So if you are a seller, you look for an opportunity on a resistance zone. If you are a seller, you look for an opportunity. Look at this one. Look at this one. I think I do join here, but not it even be like that. It's the same thing. So look at this one. Do you see? We have a touch here. There's a touch here, right? There's a touch here. There is a touch here, right? And the more it touch, the stronger it becomes. There is a touch here. If you keep scrolling, because this one is a very far downtrend, there is a touch here, even with a small first breakout. There is a touch here as well. So it touched this one in many places. So when this price was rising up, was descending down, so what should be your opportunity? As you have seen that the market has touched here and moved down and returned to that same point again and couldn't break it, what do? You go in for sell, because the market will actually move, and that's why it moved down and return again. It moved down, return to that same line, break it, and form a very high with upper fractal, telling you that the momentum is down. You can from there take it again. You can from there take it again, because it's your money. So you go in here, again, because it has touched that line, because you are waiting for when the price will come to this line and test without confirmation of going up. You go in here again. This is at the entry point. I just removed the trend line. You also go in here again, because there is a touch here. You also go in here again, because there is a touch here. You also go in here again, because there is a touch here. And you know, the moment you go in here, you see the move, the price move down. You go in here, what is price move down? You go in here, what happened? Price move down, because it's a zone. So as a seller, you sell at a resistance zone, and there's a buyer, you buy at what? A support zone. Look at here. Look at this one is a what? As an uptrend market. What are you watching out for? This price. These people, the price. This thing will be a journey of small movement, because you don't rush price action. Otherwise, you may not understand it. So I will be taking it bit by bit. This is shit. This thing just went back. Sorry. Let me go back there. I want a clean chart where you understand it, because the most important thing for you to understand it, this is an uptrend version, right? Because this trend move upward diagonal, right? It moves what? Upward. So if you watch this price now, you'll find out that if you watch this my line, I mean, so, and don't try to drag something to suit. You see here we have up to a few touched. We have touched here. So because you have seen that the markets have touched this thing and move up and move upward, so our expectation, what we'll be watching out for, is when the price of the market will return to this line, this same trend line, which is a support zone. When the price of the market will retouch it, so it has touched here, we are very sure, and we keep our eyes open. If maybe you have missed this one, so our opportunity again now is when the price of the market will touch this line again, and it eventually did here. It eventually touched here. What do we do? Because it has touched here, we know it will move up, and that's why the price move. So you follow the price. You follow the what? The price up, because the moment it bounced and couldn't break, it will move up. So we wait again. Where does it touch again? It's touch here again. That is a touch here with confirmation. You see these fractals, that's a confirmation there. And what happened? The price move up. The price from there do what? Move up to this moment, and then later come back and break. Look at where it breaks it. That's another thing. So you see, after this one move up here, it comes and break that line with full force. Break it here, do small retest here, half retest from here. From here, the market couldn't cross that line above, and that is where it discovered a downtrend. And it's from here, that is where it takes a new direction by going down far. So what do? You spot that high. You see this one now. This high now is somehow moving like that. It's a far momentum. So from here, this market take a down move. Return to that line here. Do what? A down move. So if I stretch this my trend now, you see there is a breakout here. There is a breakout. It comes here and what? Do breakout, retest, and move up. So know how to spot it. How do you spot it? Find a particular trend, whether current market or previous market. Like here, let's assume here. Let me still do one more example. Like here now, this one is a upward chart move. So what do? Use a trend line. Shit, I guess. Go and get what? Your trend line. Spot it. Collect 2 or more points upward because it's an up movement. You see, so this one got how many nines? 3 nines, because price touch it here, it come again, touch it here, it come again, touch it here. Do you see? And you see the whole touch. After the whole touch, you see the momentum, pull, return, touch, pull, return, touch here again, pull, return and break out, retest here and convert small downtrend. So from here, all this one now, from here was a downtrend move. From here was what? A downtrend move. Do you see it? And it's later breakout here. Let me drop this thing well. So do you see? From here is a downtrend move. But downtrend because this price couldn't break this 9 again. You see it break it. Let me show you something. This thing is small, is small. It's a matter of paying attention to the chart. You see this price break it up here, return to this point. It couldn't go beyond above. That means it has converted this one. So that time it break this one and return here. It couldn't go beyond above. It has from here, from this price now, from this price now, from here now, they have turned this line. This line just come out. They have turned this our previous support 9. Sorry, bro. I don't mind this nonsense click. They have turned this our previous support 9 to resistance from here, because after the whole breakout, pam. So this price move up, pam, but it couldn't go beyond above the previous line it breaks. So this line now is acting as a resistance to these lines, them down, because the price keep on moving down, and that is it. So spot your own first. When you spot your own, we'll be taking it small. Just collect 2 or more points where price return and couldn't break beyond or above. You can spot it up or spot it down and send. Do you understand? So you do that so that I will know where we'll start again. You see, this one is a completely down trend. Let us see. It has so many touch. There is a touch here. There is a touch here. There is a touch here. Do you see how it respects our line? There is a touch here. There is a touch here, and that's what it makes it more stronger. There is a little touch here. There is a little touch here until you break out. Look at the breakout. It came here and do what? Break out, retest and move a very high. Look at what happened here. And it happened that there's a resistance zone that caught them here. They refused them to cross this line. Look at this line. We call it line of resistance. Because why do we call it a line of resistance? So this is where the rectangle are required, because this price is a strong resistance, verified one for that matter. This price come here and touch it, he couldn't break it, return. Come here, this one not even here, and reject. This one return there and touch, he couldn't break it and return. This one do first breakout and return immediately. This one couldn't reach and return. This one do first breakout and return. So there's an invisible force that does not allow this market to pull up, to go up high or to go down below this level. And here there is a support zone which we usually use triangle to trace out. There is a strong support zone here. That's why the market keep bouncing in between, and we call it the ranging market. Here, this middle is what we call the ranging market. This place is a downtrend market, and this place is still a continuation of down. So, and this place is an uptrend market. Look at here. If you want to spot here, what do? Go and get your trend line, collect 2 or more points. Do you see how this one just move? Do you see this one just connected the 3? Do you see the continuation? This continuation of that 9. So do you see how many points? This one, how many touches? It's touched here, right? It's touched here. I don't know. This thing ran away. So it's touched here again, isn't it? I don't know where this machine they go. So it's touched here again, right? It's touched here again. So all these things are your buy point. When it return and touch and you couldn't break below, you buy. It return, you couldn't break below, you buy. It return here, you couldn't break below, you buy. Look at from here, markets keep moving. Look at where it return again, all the way from far. You return again, you buy. Couldn't break, you buy. Look at the distance. Do you understand? So if you stretch this thing up now, you see how it has been doing wonders. It also come within this 9 and it couldn't break. What move? Market move. It come here and touch again, it couldn't break. What? Market move. It comes here, it couldn't touch. What? Market move. So that is it. Just do this spotting and let me know how it helps you. So how to trade normal with it. I just show you how to spot it and how to know the trend. The trend is the downtrend. So but sometimes now, if we go to this H4, look at this, our current trend here. Let me delete all this thing. If you go to H4 market, so let me spot this our 1 hour. I just put the trend line. So let us see what finally happened. You see the rejection. Do you see the rejection along that candle? I told you it will go up because it has come near this thing and we couldn't break it below. Do you see what happened? Do you see the level of rejection here? So we are waiting for a confirmation of this, the kind of this fractal, or to see a bullish move. So why this whole rejection is because the price come near this point, which is our trend line, and we couldn't break it below, and it started rejecting. But if I were you, you don't enter market because it just touch. You are allowed it to confirm at least with this fractal, or to have a very bullish momentum here, because this one is still bearish. Do you see there's a little drop of that bearish? And again, there is a support zone here. Let me draw something like a rectangle. There's a support zone here, if you know. Let me tell you what happened here. This market here, touch here, couldn't break it and return to the zone. Touch for the second time, couldn't break it and touch it. Then the third time it broke it, bam, and retest. This is what just happened. It just retest that 9. So this market will move like rocket from here. It will move like what? Rocket, and it's going up there. You see, it's going up. You see how it's rejecting on this support zone. So it's going up with momentum. With momentum. Do you see the level of rejection of this candle? Do you understand? It has just shoots up. So the market is just, you see, there is another spike that just happened now within that zone. That's why I said even when it hit it, you must wait for a confirmation, because if you just enter because of the rejection, the market may return. Just allow it to finish this candle, and from the new formation of from the new candle, we now know whether it's opening from the previous close and try to move up, or whether it's still moving down. Do you understand? So we are just keep our eyes very open here in this zone. We know it's retesting, but we know it's to move up anyway, but we must wait to have a confirmation. What are the confirmation? At least and now a very bullish candle to form here, maybe as a result of engulfing, or even a shooting star with lower wick, like this lower fractal crown. This thing will tell us, if I just see this kind of crown here, I'll know that it's moving with momentum. Do you see them? When they reject and touch, there is always a crown there. When they reject and touch, there is always a crown there. Do you see them? So you see this one, there's always a crown there, and that is what will show you the momentum behind the market. So this video is becoming too much. I think just spot it, screenshot your own spotting and drop on our premium group. Spot your own, drop on our premium group, so that we'll keep correcting you on how it goes in the premium group. So more of this video will come your way on how I trade. Remember, we have a leftover video on how to trade with the psychological level, the other price action, the random number psychological level I released last time. So I'll still do a video on how to enter markets best with it, still using the fractals. And after that, I will now do a video on how I do my trade and the where area I belong based on the categories of traders we have. So congratulations. Subscribe and join my premium group. Let us do this thing together and you see the success. Thank you. Bye.